Youths are the future decision makers to improve Guyana's economic, education, and life expectancy status to advance as a developing country through their cool, innovative ideas to pursue the green agenda made by the government of Guyana. The role of youths may appear as being simply too easy. However, they face several problems, such as illiteracy and numeracy and the dropping out of school. We view the benefits and challenges our country's future leaders face on a daily basis. I'm Paul McAdam, and this is Guyana 411. The government of Guyana, in its effort to empower youths to improve their lives, has allocated $43.1 billion, or 17.2% of the 2017 national budget, for the Ministry of Education. This is due to its definitive role in changing the country's development trajectory. One of the key areas of focus by the government is the implementation of educational programs targeting school dropouts, the illiterate and enumerate persons, using the National Youth Policy as a guide.
The implementation of the Night School Pilot Program aims to teach youths who were unable to obtain 5 subjects, especially mathematics and English, at the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate (CSEC) examinations. It is being implemented by the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment. The Night School Pilot Program began in 2016 after it was discovered that a large scale of youths did not acquire 5 passes at the CSEC examinations, and very few of those passes included mathematics and English. This caused Guyana to have an overwhelming unemployment rate of 12.5% recorded for 2016, which places a strain on the country's economy. The pilot program was launched in key communities such as North Rheinveld, Soesdijk, Sophia, and Meersorg. Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment, Aubrey Norton, says challenges arose in the Meersorg community, which caused the pilot program to be delayed.
There is a large percentage of young people who did CXC. They have 1 to 4 CXC, but they don't have 5 with math and English, so that they can become teachers, nurses, go to university, etc. We immediately, having looked at it, developed a pilot project to do night schools in community. We began with 3 communities: Soesdijk, Sophia, and North Rheinveld. We also included Meersorg, where we're still having some problems getting it off, but those I'll deal with at another time.
The program commenced with a mere 20 to 30 youths, but quickly grew to over 100 youths. The growth of the classes led to the classification of the students to identify those who were ready to write CSEC examinations. Meanwhile, the expansion of the program targets Buxton, Port Kaituma, and Sisters Village Good Intent communities for mid-2017, since it has been delayed due to the continuous planning. Senior Research and Planning Officer Aditya Dijasu says that existing students in the program are preparing to take the CSEC examinations.
In the case of Sophia, we have 8 persons registered to do CXC, and that program started July 6, 2016, and it's going to continue up, as I mentioned, in the year 2017, and mid-year we're going to take in another batch of students that are interested in writing CXC. In the case of North Rheinveld, we have 27 persons registered to write CXC, Maths, English, Social Studies, and Principles of Accounts. In the case of Soesdijk, we have 37, Maths, English A, Integrated Science, POA, and Social Studies.
The pilot program faced numerous challenges, which ranged from persons being ashamed about their illiteracy to register for the program, especially in Meersorg, to poor attendance records. The pilot program faced numerous challenges, which ranged from persons being ashamed about their illiteracy to register for the program, as seen in Metin Mirzorg, to poor attendance records. However, the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment concludes that the agency has budgeted for additional classes to be provided for those who have poor attendance record due to the nature of their job. Norton highlighted that the agency has not given up on Metin Mirzorg and hopes to implement the night school program in 2017. Shaquille Sareez, attending the night school program at the Festival City Youth and Parent Community Center, says that he registered for the program for assistance to achieve his future goals.
Got involved in the program through a mutual friend. One day I was attending the program here. There's a library here, so I usually volunteer. And that's how he told me, so that's how I got involved. I would like to become a journalist. So after that I'm going to go attend UG, and then take the necessary steps to become a journalist.
Marian Peters, another student attending the night school program at the Festival City Youth and Parent Community Center, says the program will help her to understand and pass mathematics so she can further her studies at the University of Guyana in the medical field.
I was taking some computer classes and I was quite interested in it, and I had to rewrite maths, so I heard that the program is giving you an opportunity to rewrite maths and free, so right away I said yes.
Over at the Sapphire Training Center, Mohammed Hamid attends the night school. He says he registered into the program after he failed the CSEC examinations at his assigned school.
I've got it from a few friends. I've heard about the CSEC program going on here at Sapphire, and that's how I got in. You have a second chance in life to make things right, because at first when I had the opportunity to take CSEC at my original school, I totally blew it, and now that I see this opportunity, I take it. So
Hamid says the program provides an opportunity to redeem himself and to become a responsible adult. For Nicola Clement, another student from the Sapphire Training Center, the night school program provides her an opportunity to improve herself since she was unable to write the CSEC examinations.
I've heard about this program through a friend that was already a member or a student here. So she encouraged me to come, and here I am.
So what are the subjects that you're actually
At present I'm doing office administration and English. I'm already working, so the program is just allowing me now to write CXC because I never get the chance to write CXC. And I'm very thankful that this program has come up, and I'll be looking forward to writing a few more because it's not only the two that I mentioned is offered here, but I'm taking it light.
Can you tell me the reason why you weren't able to write CXC previously?
I went to high school and everything, and because of financial situation, I did not get a chance though. So now that this opportunity has arrived, I'm grabbing it.
Facilitator of the Festival City Youth and Parent Organization, Denise Miller, explains why the organization partnered with the government to implement the pilot program in the community.
We offer to host the night school here, which is a collaboration of the Festival City Youth and Parent and the government of Guyana, because in this immediate area, which we are known as Constituency 12, it covers like about 7 communities, which is Stockville, Festival City, North Rhineville, Guy Hawk, Lemaha Park, Lemaha Springs, Stevido, and Postal Scheme, all. But we also cater for South Rhineville. And in this area, we have what you call a high percentage of school dropout, where we known as the South Corridor of Georgetown. You have a lot of our youth haven't been able to complete the CSEC program for various reasons. And so when we learned about the night school, we thought it was ideal to have one here so that our young people will be given a second chance.
Miller explains that the organization's target audience are youths who attained low grades ranging from 4s to ungraded at the CSEC examinations and those who did not attend school.
We're giving them what you call a second chance. so that they may be able to be, one, job ready, two, they may look at tertiary education, which is University of Guyana. And so that is what we do here in a nutshell. Outside of that, we try to, it's more liberal atmosphere so that they must understand that it is all their commitment. It's the amount of work they put. Nobody breathes down their back. Nobody has a big stick over their head.
President David Granger has declared that the single most important group of people in Guyana is the nation's youth, who represent more than 60% of the country's population. They are constantly perceived as being ostracized, alienated, and at risk of unemployment or underemployment, unplanned teen pregnancy, and other social and economic ills, the President notes. However, youths also represent Guyana's potential to march into the future and adequately tackle modern-day challenges to ensure the good life.
Special education can sometimes be taken the wrong way, but it takes commitment and a lot of willpower to make a difference in the lives of those who fail to cope with the demands of a normal social environment. The Sophia Special School has been committed to this cause for some 42 years now.
The Sophia Special School started out as the Sophia Rehabilitative Center on February 3, 1975. It was established based on recommendations made by the then principal of the Siripota College of Education, Olive Lycan, on the need to rehabilitate maladjusted young persons. Lycan noted that there was need for a school for persons who committed petty crimes and were on probation. The school started with 39 students. 13 were girls and 26 boys. There were 7 teachers. The students benefited from very small classes, individual and group counseling, and positive interaction with their peers and teachers. Along with their educational program, they were also provided a hot meal on a daily basis. Students traveled from as far as Anns Grove on the east coast of Demerara, Soosdijk on the east bank of Demerara, Potentia on the west bank of Demerara, and all areas of Georgetown. Many students came from broken and vulnerable homes. Headmistress Miss Deborah Bilal Atu says that the school has been emerging into one that would have been facilitating students now at the secondary competency program, and they also offer 13 academic subjects at grades 7 and 8.
We at the Sophia Special School, we offer 3 grades. We operate at that level, 3 grades, grade 7, 8, and 9. At the grade 9 is where this program is being offered, the SCCP program, where they're given 5 subjects, 4 core subjects and a choice elective. This choice elective is what is their skill, their likely skill or possible skill career, future career. That is, at the area here, we offer them crops and soils, which is commonly known as agriculture. We also offer catering, which many would say home economics. We offer masonry, joinery, those areas the students are involved in.
Ms. Atu explains that even though there is a curriculum, the teachers often have to tailor the delivery of educational content to suit the needs of the students.
The students at the 7th and 8th grade, they're exposed to 13 subjects. And we sometimes find some difficulty with that. The thing is, as it were, we operate with the regular curriculum. And this puts my teachers in the position where they have to tailor the curriculum to suit the needs of our students. And so there is where the tedious aspect of the program is sometimes realized or felt among teachers.
While Ms. Atu is pleased with the work being done by the teachers, the headmistress says there needs to be more training in special education.
Our teachers need training in special education. If we can get this done on a regular basis, I think my teachers would be more enthused. Not that they aren't, but they would be more enthused to give up their best because they would have been exposed to several program workshops, seminars, and such like related activities that they can benefit from and be able to deliver in a more efficient and effective manner. And so with training, I think that will be able to help our teachers better serve the needs of our students.
Once the students have completed their studies at the Sophia Special School, they can be recommended for enrollment at technical vocational institutions.
There is a moving process where they can go into other technical institutions like the GITC, GTI, and even our next door neighbors here, the training center, for which many of them would have been sent. The girls, nonetheless, they would have been going to the Carnegie School of Home Economics and sometimes at the Mercy Wing Center. So our students are sent to these institutions upon completion.
Ms. Atu says the school has no cut-off age limit and they encourage students to complete the course. The headmistress thanks the Ministry of Education for its continued support in providing the space for the students.
Having such a school that will provide for those students who really have interest in skills, and that we can give them at least the foundation where they can build upon in later years and become viable and successful candidates within our work system. Moreover, I want to say that the Sophia Special School is not without its challenges, and there are ways in which I know my ministry will very shortly look into as it relates to the teacher population, where we need to at least have 2 teachers per class, even if it's a teacher aide and a trained teacher, so that we can help to curb or eliminate some of the unwanted practices and behaviors that we currently have amongst our students, so that we can help to have them truly rehabilitated and that they can function effectively in their given environment.
88.5% of youths represent the country's population that attended school in 2015. This was recorded by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. However, the current administration has implemented a literacy and numeracy program as a way to address this issue.
The Literacy and Numeracy Training Program is designed to help reduce illiteracy. The Reach One, Teach One, also known as Train the Trainers program, aims to create a core of young people to convey literacy and numeracy to their peers within their own community. This program is also being undertaken by the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment. The establishment of the training program resulted in consultation with various stakeholders within the education sector, including the National Center for Educational Resource Development, NCERD. The Literacy and Numeracy Training Program commenced in 2016 after the conclusion of a survey which revealed that a large number of unaffiliated youths were illiterate and enumerate. The training program, launched in 13 communities, targeted youths within Number 43 Village, West Coast Berbice, Kildona Village, Quarantine Berbice, Linden Region 10, and Suddy Essequibo Coast. 36 youths have graduated from the 6-week training program last year. However, in 2017, the training program has commenced its 3rd phase, which allows the trainee educators to execute what they have learned. Training and Education Officer Ronald Austin Jr. says that the success of the project will be based on the monitoring and evaluation phase.
They're now actually teaching literacy and numeracy in their communities. They had outreaches, they recruited persons. Some communities you have up to 15 to 12 persons expressing an interest. What we have discovered is that within those communities there is a real burning interest in this idea of literacy and numeracy.
The Office of the Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment, Training and Education Officer notes that the project faced numerous challenges, especially in the Berbice area.
It's a very sensitive thing. You have persons who are adults, who are not literate or numerate, and the sensitization has gone down in the community, and it's not easy for some persons, especially when dealing with young persons who might be popular within a community, to openly say, hey, I can't read and write, I need assistance.
Sherry Bishop, a trainee educator of the Reading Hoop Youth Organization, says that she viewed the program as a stepping stone since she's aspiring to become a teacher.
It was challenging, not what I was expecting, but I got through. Well, basically adapting to different study habits, that was one, and the different exposures that we got. in terms of relating with people from different backgrounds and how to cope, basically, with everything.
And did you face any challenges in your day-to-day activities?
Yes, it's a challenge to get persons to come in to the program. You have to find different ways of relating to them, get them comfortable, and to admit that they do have a problem and come on board. Yes, it had a young man. Well, he's currently on board. His mom was a little skeptical about sending him on the program, and he's a challenge. But I've learned to get through to him, and he's doing pretty well.
Teagewattie Dayasirdoo, a trainee educator of the Blackbush Poldham Maibikuri Community Development Centre, says that she was informed about the program through her employer as a childcare worker.
When I joined the program, I was like, what is it gonna be about? I was like studying like, will it be hard or will it be easy or what's not? And like to cope with others' behavior and what's not.
So did you face any difficulties in the day-to-day activities in the program?
Yes, I faced a lot because for my Curie community that I'm living in, I had the people that I tell them to come to my class, but to Johanna, there were like difficulties telling them. I had to keep on going to them before they start out to the program. But now I have 8 of them so far, and they are increasing as the days goes by.
So everything is just going easier from now on?
Yes, I find it easier from now on. Seeing that 1 or 2 start out, the parents of the others would always send them because the 2 or the 3 of them telling the others that, you know what, Miss is teaching good. Miss is not like the teachers in school that like will get stick and ruler and what's not for them. They're just scared that they will have to learn. I'm just kind to them and like tell them what they don't know. Like they have to do this and they have to do that. So they was like, yes, miss, we will do it.
Karen Boyer, another trainee educator from the Vredenhoop Youth Organization, says that she taught previously at a private school and hopes to continue to make a change in people's lives.
Well, joining the program at first, it was great. It was going good so far, but dealing with people and getting to cooperate with them and getting people to cooperate with you and understanding people and having people understand you was like a little difficulties because not everyone think the same or want to work with you. Everybody do things differently. But it was okay. It was a good experience. It was a little bit challenging where you have to get people to admit that they can't read or write. So it was a bit challenging for that part. But as for that, it was great. I enjoyed walking in my community and visiting people and getting to know them and seeing where people are living and talking to them and getting to know them. That was good.
The Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment, Aubrey Norton, notes that the program has to motivate young persons to learn to read and write, which will break the barriers of illiteracy in society.
One of the most fulfilling things about the program is that we had 2 or 3 persons who didn't know to read and write. And by the time they left the 6 weeks program, the students had worked with them, lecturers had worked with them, and they are reading and writing, which to me is indicative of this ability to solve the problem if we do the right things. And so I believe this was a costly program, but it's worth it.
Norton notes that the agency will continue to train young persons to teach others, since Guyana cannot afford a large scale of its population that are illiterate, cannot read and write.
Efforts will continue to reduce literacy and the school dropout rate. These are challenges that plague the youths of Guyana, and more is being done to improve their economic stability and eradicate the unemployment rate.